Excuse me. All right, well, what's going on, everybody? We're back for Dandadan. You know what it is. We're going to read the new chapter. Obviously, Jiji stocks are through the roof right now. I haven't read today's chapter yet, obviously, because I like to live react to these things. But I have seen some discussion briefly on Twitter about today's chapter, and it seems to be that Jiji/Evil Eye has done it again. Another good chapter for Jiji and Evil Eye. And I want to kind of talk about that a bit today because it wasn't that long ago. I mean, 2 months, 3 months tops. We were talking about like the downfall of Jiji and how Jiji was just consistently the butt of every joke in Dandadan. And now it feels like he's making a comeback. And it's perfectly timed because we just got the episode last week where they animated the, you know, the like, bro, she's good moment, right? Like Okaroon pushing away Jiji, which is, that was like the beginning of the decline of Jiji. So it's funny, I don't think they did it deliberately, but we got that episode almost at the exact same time. We're seeing the ultimate comeback of one of Dandadan's most inconsistent characters. We got Precious Okaka in the chat. Let's go. My goat Jiji finally getting some respect. Yeah, I feel like Jiji has a pretty big following in the community. So, I feel like a lot of people are very much for this trend. We got Eden's in the chat. What's going on, Eden's? How you doing? Also, for anybody who hasn't noticed yet, yeah, you'll see this a few times, so I'm just going to point it out real quick. I got a pretty gnarly sunburn on my arms. The short of it is I was out on my motorcycle for a couple of hours yesterday, and evidently I did not put on enough sunscreen. So if I raise my arm, if I go like this, and like, did he burn his arm? Was he defending Dandadan from the haters? What happened? I was just being a dumbass on my motorcycle. But yeah. Also, can everyone hear me? Yeah, everyone should be able to hear me. Anyway, let's get started. We'll give everyone a couple of minutes. Or you know what? We'll get into the chapter. Anyway, as usual, if you are not caught up on the Dandadan manga, then you probably want to peace out for this stream. So this is your spoiler warning. The first thing I will say is I really don't like Jiji's new form. I guess that is the one bad thing I will say about Jiji this chapter, is I appreciate the attempt by Tatsu to revamp Jiji's design to account for the fact that this is clearly a new form, right? Him meeting halfway between his spirit and Evil Eye's. I just don't like it. I think it looks kind of lame. It looks like, you know what it looks like? It looks like imperfect, or no. What is, it looks like Cell's second form. What the hell is it called? Is it literally just second form Cell? Excuse me. Yeah, it just looks like Cell's second form. where it clearly is in between, right? It looks like the middle evolution. It's got very in the middle vibes. You know what I mean? You know in like a 3 evolution Pokemon, you get to the 2nd evolution and you're kind of just like, I kind of just want to get to the next one. That's what this form feels like. Needless to say though, I am excited to see what changes we might see in Jiji and Evil Eye now that they have this new form. So they're fighting the Red Baron, aka whatever his yokai name is. Now that I'm like this, I can use the power of the Evil Eye and fire the evil gun. Don't tell me a human and a yokai have fused. Bro, I feel like they do that all the time. I feel like that's such a normal thing now. Right now, me and the Evil Eye are switching back and forth at super high speed. Yeah, that sounds correct. GG best character. What's up, Liddy? Pleasure to have you back. How you doing today? We got Nahush as well. How you doing, Hush? GG is GOAT. I don't think GG is the GOAT. I think he's a top 10 character for sure. So they dedicate the first couple of pages to explaining how this form works, which leads me to believe that it's distinct from, like, say, Okarune's form or Ira's form. It's like a light bulb. It flickers at a high speed, so it only looks like it's constantly lit. It's a technique we worked out so we could have fun playing Momotaru Dentetsu at the same time. That's funny. So Red Baron does the unthinkable. He turns himself into smoke and enters Jiji's lungs, which honestly, I feel like that's a Mortal Kombat move. And if it isn't, it should be. Can somebody in chat correct me? Has Smoke ever done that in Mortal Kombat? I feel like he has. We got Justin in chat. How you doing, Justin? Pleasure to have you. Good to see you. How you doing today? Also, Justin, since you're a football guy, any football news I should be aware of? I'm mostly paying attention to college football, but I feel like I haven't heard anything about the NFL. What anime are you watching this summer besides Dandadan? I am watching Panty and Stocking. Panty and Stocking is insanely good. Last week's episode was one of the best Studio Trigger episodes I've ever watched, animation-wise. The characters are awesome. It's got obscene humor, but it's not so disgusting as the first season. It does, in a weird way, feel like it's been toned down a little bit. But the animation is phenomenal. I'll also probably watch the Fragrant Flower, the romance anime, once it's actually available on Netflix. Right now it's only available in Japan, so I'll probably watch it once it debuts on Netflix. Panty and Stocking is great. It's so good. Like, it's so good. Been seeing a lot of arguing about which one is hotter on Twitter, and I find it funny. It's a discussion. Are you talking about the two main characters? Because I haven't seen that at all. That's a good question, honestly. Granted, you know, a bit horny on main, but with the with the show that's already so explicit. It's not completely out of pocket. Well, with football right now, there's not really crazy news. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Once the season starts, that's when the juicy things begin. Yeah. Yeah, between Panty and Stalking. Well, Panty is very much the star of the show. They don't make it 50-50 at all. That being said, Panty is very... she's not afraid of her sexuality, which is kind of... the way she handles it, at least, is kind of gross. So I don't know, maybe that's a thing for people, but I find that kind of So the Red Baron points something out. It seems that by fusing, you have weakened the power of your evil gun. Interesting. We have Seiko saying, "It's okay, I know you can do it. If you control your chi, then it won't matter if there's an obstacle in front of you." So he did like a chi blast on his stomach, and it seems to have made him throw up, but it kicked out Red Baron. So he's saying penalty kick time. So I'm not going to spell it out, but basically Jiji covers his points of entry so that the Red Baron can't do the whole smoke thing again. But then he does another like double hand attack. It looks like a close range, like shotgun form evil gun. Even if my power is lowered, I can at least stop you from dispersing. Also, when I use my evil gun to squeeze you real tight, it seems it takes some time to turn into smoke. He turns into Evil Eye. Evil Eye basically stands up for Seiko, saying she was going to make me family, so don't go treating her like trash. So if anything, this is an Evil Eye chapter, not really a Jiji chapter, which is awesome because I feel like Evil Eye gets forgotten and he kind of just gets left behind as like the plot device character. But here we're actually seeing genuine character growth, which is awesome. Like he actually cares about somebody. So he does like a JoJo's style attack flurry on the Red Baron. Excuse me. Defeats the Red Baron, punches him out of the building. Red Baron is knocked out in a pond. He says if my master had been in top form, she could have insta-killed a guy like him. I find that interesting because was Seiko like handicapped at all? I don't really think that's the case. Because so that is true. They did just come back from the big event on the plane where she had kind of taken a bit of damage, right? A little bit. She was kind of out of it. But I feel like there was enough time for her to recover between then and now. So I don't really know that I fully agree with Jiji's statement if he's speaking 100% literally. But the sentiment I do appreciate. Jiji is saying like, you know, don't go disrespecting my teacher. She's badass. She's awesome. Right? So overall, for both Evil Eye and Jiji, as individual characters and as a duo, I guess, this was a phenomenal chapter. I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. I feel like when this is animated, this is going to be an insane episode, whatever episode it ends up being. Granted, we're not going to see it for a while, right? Probably for like 2 or 3 years, but this was a really good chapter. Obviously, Jiji isn't my favorite character, but this chapter, along with the stuff that was building up to this, has made Jiji recover from all of his previous nonsense. Now, that being said, this doesn't really negate or undo any of his character flaws that I've brought up before. Like, he could still just as easily go back to all the stuff with Momo, saying, Momo, you mean so much to me, blah, 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 blah. But at the very least, this shows that there's more to his character besides that one trait about him, which is kind of what happened to Ira, where for a while, all there was about Ira was her being obsessed with Okarun, so people didn't like her. But then the longer we spent with her character, that stuff didn't go away, but we got so much other stuff, like her being a team leader, her being like a sister rival to Momo, her being, you know, getting all kinds of other, you know, like new abilities and stuff. Her getting the character dynamics with Koki, right? All that stuff, it doesn't undo the stuff we don't like about Ira, but now we have all this other stuff that we like about her. And that's what we've seen with Jiji. He still has the same flaws, but we're finally seeing a bunch more stuff to his character. So now, like, that one big flaw is much less felt compared to all the other stuff we like about him. This fight has earned top 3 status in the series, in my opinion. I don't know that I would call this a top 3 fight. It's at least top 10. Because, I mean, the introduction of the Red Baron was unparalleled. This guy was a menace. And it was definitely one of the more transformative fights in terms of the impact it had on the characters involved. And Nera has been a fraud this whole time. Like, 2 Chainz said he lied. I don't know what you mean by that, Zachary, but there is a debate to be had about the Red Baron being a fraud. I think he was propped up to be exactly as strong as he is, because Jiji did not win this fight easily. And he, again, I don't really agree with Jiji saying Seiko would have beat you easily, because Seiko is a pretty strong fighter, and the Red Baron outclassed her completely. Dude, you have to watch the Summer Hikaru died. That is definitely on my peripherals. I mean to say something else. It's on my radar, excuse me. Because everyone's been talking about it, along with Takopi's Original Sin, or whatever that show was called. And I know it's supposed to be good, it's just I haven't gotten around to watching it, but thank you for the reminder. Dandadan is now the longest Jump Plus title with the most recent series ending. Well, how long was excuse me. Let's look at Kaiju number 8. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry, thought I had to do a dad sneeze, so I figured I'd step away. That's a good point though about Jump Plus series, because the biggest ones that I can think of are Spy Family, which technically isn't that long. Dandadan, Jigoku Raku, Hell's Paradise, which is not that long technically. So really, I think it's between Dandadan and Chainsaw Man, and Chainsaw Man is like, that's, you have to get technical on that one because it started on Jump Plus halfway, but it's also one of the most popular Jump Plus series, so it's like you might as well give it the full chapters. But it's definitely Dandadan and Chainsaw Man are like the two poster children of Jump Plus for sure. Now I want to see Vamola destroy the chameleon yokai. I'm gonna be completely honest. I really hope the whatever clash we get between Momo, Vamola, and the frog yokai is relatively short, because we've been building up to this, you know, lifting the curse on Momo, and I won't be upset if this is another long fight, or another full fight, I should say. But I do, like, I kind of want to get to the point here. Like, I don't want to rush the story, but I feel like we're beating around the bush, so to speak. Seiko's been pretty nerfed for a lot of the arcs. Seiko winning easily can be argued, but how badly she got beaten, if I feel, was due to her already being in poor condition. I can respect that argument, but I also feel like she's never really soloed anyone. She has a clear history of being a strong brawler, right? Like a melee street fighter, fight with her hands, right? Character. She fought that bull yokai and survived and actually beat him. Granted, that was with the help of 2 other people. And she's been in other fights. She also beat Turbo Granny. Granted, Turbo Granny was pretty nerfed in her state, so it's like, So Seiko is an interesting one. I don't think... She's definitely not the strongest character, but she's at least top 10, possibly top 5. We might need to do that. We might need to do a Thursday stream. Who's the strongest Dandadan character? Seiko was handicapped. She got beat by the bull and fought the Kitos on the plane. Yeah, but wasn't there a considerable... The Kitos I respect, because that was pretty recent. But wasn't there a considerable amount of time between when she fought the bull and then when they grouped up to go get Momo cured? Like, wouldn't she have had plenty of time to heal? Seiko got the beats from the bull. Everyone keeps bringing that up, but I feel like she had plenty of time. Comment of the stream though, Seiko with her hair down is top 1. Yeah. We'll definitely need to, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I have one video that I'd like to experiment with and see how people like it, but I want to start talking about the different outfits of characters in Dandadan. Obviously, this isn't new, right? Characters getting different outfits. We see it in Bleach, Naruto, One Piece. But just something about when it happens in Dandadan. It's like, damn. Damn. Maybe like a day or 2, not enough to heal? I guess so, but I don't know. It felt like long enough for me, but maybe if I go back and reread, it would make sense. The bull broke her ribs? True. Yeah, you know what? I'll give it to people. That makes sense. Dandadan, this is a hot take, I feel like, but I respect it. Dandadan has the best drip next to Kagurabachi. So maybe this is a hot take. I don't think Kagurabachi really has that good of drip. Because really, what do they wear besides, you know, overcoats? They have cool character designs, but character designs and drip are two different things entirely. Like, the reason everyone says Bleach has drip is because of all the different outfits and the really cool outfits, and especially the alternate outfits, excuse me, in the color spreads, right? And all the promo stuff. Kagurabachi doesn't have that. Pontus Presents says, love your Dandadan content. Well, thank you, Pontus. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're enjoying everything. Yeah, she had broken ribs. All right, I'll give that to people. That's another one we got to do at 1.2. Which manga has the best drip? Because there's just something about anime drip that hits different than like other animated series, right? Like, there's plenty of good animated series, like or stories, I guess, like Nimona, Arcane, right? But I feel like anime pays extra close attention, or especially close attention, to fashion. Even in, I'm trying to think of a series outside of anime that like pays especially close attention to fashion. I can't really think of one. Chat, if you can think of like a cartoon, an adult cartoon, or, you know, whatever cartoon that has drip that's even remotely in the same conversation as, like, say, JoJo or Bleach, let me know, because I can't really think of anything. It'd be funny if Evil Eye is the one shipping Jiji and Ira before they both realized they got feels. Honestly, I would 100% see that coming. That makes 100% sense. As Told by Ginger is the only cartoon I can think of. Would that be drip, though? They have, like, good fashion sense, I guess, but I don't know if I'd call that drip. It's a good reference, though. Will we see more Evil Eye and Ira interactions in the omake, so the volume extras? I have a feeling, maybe not all the time, but we're gonna get at least a couple more of those. Because if we're being totally honest, Ira and Jiji are the two most popular characters after, like, Momo, Seiko, Okaroon, and Turbo Granny, right? So I think that's only a matter of time. What about the drip on Naked and Afraid? I said cartoons, so that doesn't count. Nice try, though. Yeah, honestly, I've always had it in my head that, you know, anime drip isn't anything special, but I really can't think of any other animated series where they're like crazy into the fashion. Maybe in video games, but not like an animated series. That's a toughie. I feel like Eden's would definitely know. I can't think of like a Disney series. Definitely not a... Ooh, maybe... I feel like Cartoon Network's got to have at least one. They are more popular than Seiko, judging from the popularity poll. Yeah, that makes sense. Kagurabachi anime announcement at Anime NYC. Maybe. It's in that window. Like, it's over 90 chapters long. I feel like it's a bit early. I feel like maybe they'll do it at Jump Festa. Danny Phantom? No. Danny Phantom does not have drip. No way. Only character, this is what I was thinking of too. Only character from Disney would be Kim Possible. I feel like Kim Possible is kind of close. I do have to give a shout out to the Owl House, because in the Owl House, in the final season, they do get like their human outfits and they're actually pretty stylish, but I wouldn't really call that drip. I would say, I almost want to say Symbiotic Titan, because they have some outfit changes, but Lance always wears the same black t-shirt and jeans, and what's her name, Ilana, always wears like, she always wears like ugly Christmas sweaters basically, so I wouldn't really call that drip either. This is a toughie. This is like kind of my new mission in life, to find like cartoons with drip. I might have to call upon the Shonen OG Avengers, my like team of fellow nerds, and figure out what we can salvage. Scavenge? Yeah, scavenge. That would make more sense. In comic books, for sure. I feel like in comic books, particularly Marvel comics, there's got to be at least a few characters who are dripped out to the max, like just icons. I can think of characters versus the show itself having characters with lots of drip. Well, if you can name characters, drop some characters. Will Count Saint Germain enter the arc soon and just Uchiha the hell out of it? I feel like after, because we still don't know what's going to happen with Momo. Because remember, earlier this year, we were thinking of theories of like Count Saint Germain kidnapping Momo. Because remember, Turbo Granny is still out there researching Count Saint Germain, right? So she's probably trying to stop Count Saint Germain from whatever he's doing. So like Turbo Granny might get kidnapped. Momo is vulnerable, so Momo might get kidnapped, right? Or have her powers stolen or something. So at the very least, it's relatively soon that I feel like Count Saint Germain is going to make his move. I feel like that's what we're building up to. But exactly when, I don't know, and I don't think we can say for sure. American Dragon. So Jake, what was that show? Jake Long? Is that what his name was? American Dragon? Kind of. Not really. She doesn't need to research him. She knows at least what he is. I mean, she doesn't need to, right? But that's what she's doing right now. She pieced out, right? And if you look at the volume extra, whatever volume it was, we saw that she was doing homework on Count Saint Germain, right? And we saw way before that when she found out about Count Saint Germain, she had a very emotional reaction. So she knows that something's up, and she feels very strongly about it. So we're building up to some kind of big game move, some kind of big chess move. We just don't know what it is yet. Will Rin get a new outfit soon? Yeah, she needs, speaking of outfits, she needs a new outfit upgrade, because her outfit right now is just uncomfortable. It's just awkward. It doesn't even look good. Okay, this is an interesting observation. Count Saint Germain and Sanjame seem to switch bodies, personalities on a day and night cycle. I don't think that's necessarily true. I just think that's his daytime persona, right? I don't really think it's a split personality type thing. I just think like that's what he dresses as when he's, you know, in daylight, right? Like broad daylight. So he kind of does like a Clark Kent thing where when he doesn't want to be noticed, he just like fixes his hair and puts on glasses. That's it. That's all he does. Not like a completely different identity, but, you know, slightly inconspicuous. One of his abilities will be the memory issues. I'm not sure what you mean by that. You'd have to be more specific. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't nighttime when he fought the fairy tale ghost. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not, I don't think, I just think that's his, you know, like by day he's Saint Germain, but by night he is Count Saint Germain, right? It's like Batman. That's just what Batman does. That doesn't mean Batman doesn't go out in daylight. It's not his MO, but if he has to, he will. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about today's chapter. The only other thing I'll reiterate is I do kind of hope that whatever comes next, that we kind of wrap things up and just get into whatever is going to happen with Momo. That being said, my theory, my headcanon is that as soon as they go to cure Momo, Count Saint Germain is going to step in. Something's going to happen, and either the curse is going to fully set in, or he's going to steal her powers, or steal her and kidnap her. That's what I'm expecting, but we'll just have to wait and see. Do you think there are more students with yokai powers lurking? My gut feeling is no, only because every time we meet a character, they only get their yokai powers after we see them get their yokai powers. Like, they only get their yokai powers once this weird world is introduced to them. So they either get one of the golden balls, or somebody like Count Saint Germain gives them powers. So it's possible, but I tend to doubt it. What did you say was anime of the year last stream? I missed it. I was saying it'll probably be, so to talk about anime of the year, odds are it's probably going to be Solo Leveling, because last year they only covered Solo Leveling season 1. This year they're covering Solo Leveling season 2, which was one of the most trending anime we've seen in years, right? Like, arguably just as big, if not bigger, than Jujutsu Kaisen. Right, like, a beat Free Rein, a beat other stuff. That being said, if you make me a judge, if you say, OG, you're the judge, you get to pick, forget what everyone else says, what do you think is anime of the year? Even considering what's coming out this summer, or excuse me, this fall season, honestly, in my opinion, Dandadan deserves anime of the year. Obviously, we have a whole nother half of the season left, but I mean, Solo Leveling season 2 was good. I don't think it's anime of the year. It was very hype. It was very fun to watch, but obviously it's for a very specific crowd of people, excuse me. I would love to give it to Shangri-La Frontier, but it technically started last year. And then Panty & Stocking is good, but as much as I love Panty & Stocking, I feel like that is only fun to watch for people who already like Panty & Stocking. It's good, but I don't think it's anime of the year. Story wise, it's like, yeah, okay, right? But animation wise, it's awesome. Yeah, and then none of the fall stuff looks particularly good. Like, I'm sure My Hero will be fun to watch. But obviously it has its issues. One Punch Man is going to be a pile of donkey poo. Gachi Akuta should have been anime of the year, right? It's got Studio Bones. It's a brand new series. It's one of the best new manga alongside Dandadan. So it had the brand new series thing, right? It's season one. Season one, there's just that level of energy that goes into it where everyone's like, oh my God, what's this hot new anime? It's awesome. It's amazing. And yeah, it's not hitting. I haven't really been keeping up with the new episodes. I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes. And yeah, it kind of just looks like My Hero Academia with like a lot of not bad, but like not great shots. They really dropped the ball with the opening. I like the opening, but they went for like a very intellectual opening, which really only makes sense for people who are already Gachi Akuta fans, which is not already the largest fan base to begin with. So, and then there's a lot of other weird things like Rio is like anorexic in the anime, which some people like, other people find weird. I don't like it personally. I think it just looks lazy because that's not it. That's kind of what she looks like in the manga, but not really. So Gachi Akuta is good, but it should be better. Alyssa TTPG and Rania says, I love Dandadan. Well, Alyssa, you're in the right place. Oh yeah, definitely solo leveling. Yeah, for sure. I remember when I told you that one stream, it was season 1 that won the awards. Yeah, it's crazy. I was mostly looking forward to Witch Watch or Witch Hat Atelier, but we know that's in winter season. Yeah, I gotta be honest, Witch Hat Atelier is not really hyping me up. I want it to do well and I want it to crush 2026, but the fact that it's Bug Films or Studio Bug and the fact that it's already being delayed, I'm like, I want to be excited, but you guys are pushing it. We got Andre Partridge in the chat. It's been a hot minute. Andre, how you doing? Pleasure to have you. Hello, everybody. Sorry that I'm late to the party. That's okay. We got like another 10 minutes, so no worries. Edens, what do you mean it's a tier and a half above JC staff quality? What are you talking about? Are you talking about Gachi Akuta? Are you talking about One Punch Man? I do want to take a quick look at Manga Plus. Not that I think it's really changed because... Although no, we did get chapters yesterday, right? Or am I crazy? One Piece, Chainsaw Man, Boruto, Dandadan. Black Clover is number 5, which is awesome. I think it was number 6 the last time we checked. So Black Clover staying strong. Love to see it. The Spy Family has officially been knocked out of the top 5. Which reminds me, I wish we had the Jump Plus app and not just Manga Plus, because those rankings are very different. Excuse me. So there's a picture going around on Twitter of the Jump Plus app. So the actual Jump Plus app in Japan. And in that one, I would have to pull up the picture, but I'm pretty sure Dandadan is the #1 series on Jump Plus, right? So it's weird because Manga Plus is a combination of things. So in that sense, it's more comprehensive, right? So if you're just judging by Jump Plus and you see Dandadan, you're like, oh, well, Dandadan is the biggest Jump series. And it's like, well, it's ignoring V Jump and Jump Giga, right? So like, that's not entirely accurate. That being said, I'm not sure if Manga Plus, at least me accessing it from the States, is completely accurate. Like, I don't know if it's just English speakers or if it's the entire world. I don't know if somebody can correct me on that in chat. I generally rely on, or excuse me, I generally look to Manga Plus as a pretty consistent reflection of what manga readers are reading and what's popular with manga readers. So for example, Blue Box is always like #10, right? Something like that. And the anime has a pretty good following. So like that's pretty consistent. We got Oscar in the chat. What's going on? What's going on, Oscar? Pleasure to have you. I'm just watching. So Andre Partridge says, I'm just watching both Gachi Akata and the new Panty and Stocking anime lately, and they're both really awesome. Yeah, love to see that. Panty and Stocking, very good. Gachi Akata, despite its less than perfect visuals, it's still really fun to watch. So yeah, you were talking, Edens was talking about Gachi Akata. Yeah, I'd say it's like A tier, high B tier. It's got the same issues as My Hero Academia, minus the blue sky. It's got like okay visuals, and it's like, you know, it's whatever. Centauria is officially #10. I don't know if that has changed, but Centauria I love to see doing well. Trying to think. Mad is #14, so it's pushing. Fighting Girls is #12 by Taizen 5, obviously the creator of Takopi's Original Sin, I'm guessing, right? Oh, let's try that again. Okay, let's try this. Taizon 5, yeah, so Taizon 5 is the person who did, I'm guessing, Takopi's Original Sin. Yep, Takopi's Original Sin, the Ichinose family, bunch of other stuff. And now they have Fighting Girls. Is this one new? Yeah, Fighting Girls is brand new. It dropped yesterday. That is currently #12. #12 on Manga Plus. So if you like Takopi's Original Sin, then check that out. Kaitagami is 23 next to Odor of the Flame, so that's not terrible. In fact, that's about what I would expect. So yeah, Manga Plus more or less the same, with Black Clover now in the top 5 and Spy Family getting knocked out. Although after another month or two, I feel like Spy Family will go right back to #5. Oscar says, this is evil. Jiji peak chapter. Switching so fast that it looks like fusion is the greatest and the dumbest thing in the entire manga. Now that I read it from Oscar putting it that way, I guess it makes sense why the transformation isn't really that cool looking, because it's really not a transformation. It's really an in-between, right? So that makes sense. No, Oscar, by all means, I love the enthusiasm. That's what I want to see. That's what I want, right? That's why we're here on Mondays, to get excited about Dandadan. I guess the only other thing I want to do is take a quick look at Crunchyroll and live charts. So we look at Crunchyroll. Dandadan is number 1. Kaiju number 8 is number 2. The Water Magician is number 3. I don't know what the hell that is. Gachi Akata number 4. So we're well into the summer season now. My Dress Up Darling is number 7. Right? Dr. Stone isn't 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Dr. Stone is number 10 on Crunchyroll. So people are watching Dr. Stone. That being said, let's see how that compares to live charts. I just read the latest chapter of Dandadan. This is what I wanted to write. No, that's okay. We were talking about it earlier, so I'm glad you dropped your thoughts, Oscar. So quick question. So would you like to see an isekai anime where the main character is reincarnated as the princess from the original Aladdin story? I mean, it sounds kind of out there, but I guess that could be interesting. I'm assuming that's already a thing, or are you proposing that somebody do that? It sounds like a cool idea for sure. I also think the reverse would be true if somebody got isekai'd into the Aladdin story and they had to be Aladdin. So this is pretty consistent with Crunchyroll with a couple of changes. So Dandadan number 1, My Dress Up Darling number 2, Kaiju number 3, Fragrant Flower at number 4. Sakamoto Days actually ahead of Gachi Akata. Gachi Akata at number 9. Dr. Stone at number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Dr. Stone at like number 15. Yeah, that makes sense. I have a feeling Dr. Stone will pick up later in the season. It's actually an isekai idea that I think would be pretty cool as an anime. No, that sounds awesome. I think a lot of people would actually really like that idea. Seriously, Tatsu must be watching anime when he's doing these chapters. First the Kito family, and now the long-awaited big moment for Jiji and Evil Eye. Seriously, I have a feeling that if the anime came out a season later, these chapters would look much different. It's possible. I just think it worked out that way. That being said, it's weirdly consistent how stuff in the manga seems to tie in with whatever's happening in the anime. At the same time, you know, it's not like he didn't know when the new season was coming, so I'm sure he planned it out to an extent. Crazy Nerf. Fragrant had to get to stop it from being higher. Yeah, when that drops on Netflix, I'm very interested in seeing how much more popular it'll be, because English-speaking people can't watch it right now, and it's already like one of the biggest anime on Netflix. So when that drops in whatever, like a few weeks, I have a feeling it's going to be huge. At this rate, Kenta will get his big moment soon because he will soon make his anime debut. He's kind of out of the picture right now because he already had his moment. If anything, now that you say that, I feel like we will get a full fight and Vamola will get a moment, because Vamola is coming up in like 3 weeks, right? Something like that. So I mean, in 3 chapters, we could have like a new Vamola transformation or something like that. Don't quote me. Don't hold me to that. Eden's put this best. If people watch an isekai about a vending machine, then doing Princess Jasmine would definitely draw attention. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's really all I have to say today. So no video tomorrow. This week and the following week, there's only 1 video a week. This month we dialed back. We'll be to a normal schedule next month. Friendly reminder that there's no streams on Sundays during the fall season. If you want to read more about that, look at the August post. And then I don't know what we're gonna do Thursday. I haven't planned a stream. We might do Dandadan power scaling, talk about who's the strongest character. But I've been kind of having fun just deciding last minute topics for Thursday's stuff, and it's been working out well. So we'll see, but strong chance it'll be some Dandadan stuff like last week. Also, thank you to everybody who turned out for today's stream. We got Andre Partridge, we got Oscar, we got Zachary, we got where is he? We got Justin, Nahash, Liddy, Edens, of course, if I didn't already say Edens. We got Pontus Presents, who said he loves the Dandadan content, so thank you. Sniper, Big Barty, all kinds of fun people. So thank you, everybody. And I will see you Thursday. Peace.